Well, here it comes.
It's that 4-fan roll, yeah, we ride real slow. Texas bass hitting while the Carolina flow. From the whistles to the winds, every tale they record. Adam and Jack hold it down on 4th and Ward. Southside swing with the coach and Lord. Real life stories, yeah, they back for more. Turn the beat up loud, let the truth restore. You locked in now with the 4th and Ward.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the 2025 recap episode of the 4th and Ward podcast. Jack can't be here tonight. He's about 30,000 feet in the air right now on an airplane, so it's just me holding it down here in Texas. But I didn't want to let the new year close out without taking a minute to say a huge thank you to every single one of you guys. When Jack and I kicked this thing off back in March, we were just two brothers, me out here in Texas, Jack over there in South Carolina, wanting a place to swap stories, laugh about old practices, and talk ball like we always do. We thought maybe a few coaches in our two states would tune in, but you guys definitely proved us wrong in the best way. The part that still gets me is where all you guys are listening from. Texas, appreciate you guys. You know, my new home state, making up 20% of the audience. You guys hold it down for us. Y'all make every episode feel like we're back in the locker room. Jack must be repping it hard out in South Carolina because they're in our top 10 as well. Appreciate the Palmetto State. Then we got the rest of the Friday Night Lights crew pouring in. North Carolina, Georgia, Ohio, California, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Michigan, Indiana, and Virginia filling out the top 10. All in all, we reached about 48 of the 50 states from Alaska to Florida, Idaho to Maine, even Hawaii. And we got some crazy dude up there in Montana listening to us. Even crazier than that, it's this podcast, about two coaching brothers that's crossed oceans in ways that we never saw coming. Shout out to Germany, our number 2 country that listens to us. But we've had listeners from everywhere over these past 7 months or so. Canada, Ireland, Italy, Australia, Finland, Poland, Brazil, Singapore, the Netherlands, the UK, Mexico, Switzerland, India, Argentina, France, Spain, Japan, South Africa, Norway, Portugal, Saudi Arabia, Indonesia, Kenya, Turkey, Colombia, Costa Rica, Nepal, Russia, Venezuela, probably bad timing there, Lithuania, El Salvador. All in all, we've had over 35 states or 35 countries tuning in to just a couple of coaches that are swapping stories. So we just wanted to take a minute to thank you guys. And we'll try to put together some clips on this, a little best of episode, best of 2025. And we just love to see that map keep on lighting up. So keep on sharing us out there, and we'll keep putting these episodes out. We got big things in store in the coming year. You guys sharing it really helps us, get the word out there. As long as you guys are tuning in, me and Jack don't mind sitting down once a week and, just swapping stories like you guys like to listen to. You turn a couple brothers coaching hundreds of miles apart into a community that feels like family, and we're just super appreciative of that. So thank you guys. Thank you for riding with us, for laughing at our stories, for sending in your own, for firing up the grill with gridiron spice while you're listening, and for making 2025 bigger than Jack and I ever dreamed of. We're going to be back in 2026, more episodes, more guests, and a few things that we've been cooking up. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, and you know what's awesome is this dude is rocking an F7, but he is also rocking the thigh pads that go into the pants. No girdle, nothing like that. These are the old school thigh pads that kids now don't even know about.
Heck no. The kids nowadays couldn't even figure out how to put these thigh pads in the pants.
No.
Like, it's hard enough to get them to put the girdle on the laundry loop, and we expect them to put the pads in the pants.
And is this, can I zoom here? Is this what, it ain't gonna let me zoom. Anyway, it looks to me like he's got the old classic belt that loops through
the hip
pads. You know what I'm talking about?
I ain't seen those in a minute. I think I was in middle school the last time I did those. Dude, can you imagine kids today trying to figure that?
Oh, it wouldn't happen.
It's like a Rubik's
put stuff on a loop.
It's like a Rubik's cube, dude. Like, you're trying to feed that belt through not only your thigh pad, you got to get it lined up right, or else your pads are going to be sitting on the front of your hips, and then you got to thread it through the butt pad, and then you got to get it back around. Then you got to tie the dang thing off. And then hope that you got the knee pads on right and thigh pads, all that good stuff.
No, see, that was the trick. You flipped them inside out, the pants inside out, and then you had to make sure that your thigh pads in the pocket were, curving up to you. What would that be? Concave up or whatever. So that when you flipped them back through, they were going the right direction. I don't think kids now could handle that, to be honest.
No, I don't think they could, man. Like I said, it's a dying art. Kids these days, we ought to have just like a throwback day. We just go find the oldest pads possible, and we just like give them to a kid. Like, the next kid that comes up saying he can't find his girdle or something, we just give him like old school 2 thigh pads, a butt pad,
Here you go,
a belt. Yeah, figure this out, dude. Since you can't keep up with the girl, it's one item that's got it all built in.
You know what's nuts? Do you remember the shoulder pads you wore in high school? Those black and red Rydell's?
Black and red Rydell's, yeah.
We still have them.
In use?
Not really in use. I mean, they're just like
They're the last
just in
on the.
case, like-
Yeah. I got you.
but they're still in the equipment room.
Well, and
I see
those
'em.
were those were like the first time I feel like I noticed that the shoulder pads that were coming out, they were like you pull the thing and hook the
like the buckle,
kind of like a
Or
belt
the-
buckle, yeah.
instead of the
It
little
wasn't
twist
the-
and lock.
Yeah, it wasn't the little hooks, right, where it kind of
Yeah.
fits in and then twists around. It was like you had to pull it tight, latch it on, pull it tight, latch it on. And then you had to like tuck the little straps underneath your shoulder pads,
Yeah.
or else you look like Ryan Day out there with the headlights on.
Yeah.
But now, I guess that's the standard now, right? I mean, I
Yeah,
feel like
so-
every
Yeah. Like I think every pad we have has the buckles. Now, I remember the kit I told you about where I had to find these like smaller shoulder pads.
yeah,
I had to go borrow from the middle school, and they had already given out equipment, so these were like an older, smaller pair, right, with the strap and the little twist and lock thing. Well, the strap had been used so long that like it was like just deformed, and it was like 3 feet long, wasn't usable. And so I'm in there like creating these custom. We had an old broken pair with the buckles and the belt system. And so I took that off of some old pads that we had, retrofit them onto these other pads so that they were more secure on him. Like the other ones didn't work. And, it was this whole thing. I'm like drilling out rivets, putting new washers and screws and everything to make it work. But they turned out good. He actually likes them, but it's kind of a old meets the new.
yeah. Well, I guess you've seen some innovation in your day, right? Because when y'all were at Clemson, didn't they kind of pioneer putting the hand warmer in the jersey?
Yeah, it was like sewn in and it had what's the guy, the crazy Vince, ShamWow Vince. It had like ShamWow material too, so it was like drying and warming. Like it was the cool,
Man.
blend of that.
Mad
What
science.
happened to
dude.
Vince? That's what we need to check up on.
I think he may have
That's
gotten in
right.
trouble with the. I think he got in trouble with the law. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's doing too good. I think the only guy doing worse is Billy Mays right now. I think from that era. R.I.P. to the legend Billy Mays. He might be doing better. I don't know. I mean, depending on what your personal beliefs are. But
Yeah, I mean, hey, OxyClean, baby, it's still selling. I mean, OxyClean's and everything.
Everything, dude. Yeah. I think
Excited for the younger group though.
I think I might take the cake on that one. I go to College Station tomorrow. So we are busing down both of our JV teams and both of our freshman teams to College Station tomorrow. So it's going to take 7 buses, and it's in a car. It's 3 hours. So in a bus, 3.5. Heaven forbid you hit traffic. Might be
you
pushing
definitely
4.
take the cake on that one.
Yeah, so the last year we made the trip with just the varsity, and we got the charter buses and all that, which was great. And then the night before, they sent up both of their JVs and their freshmen. They sent them all up here so that there weren't coaches that back-to-back nights were having to go. Because I've had to do that before too. 3-hour trip and do it back-to-back days in a row is a blur. But so in that aspect, it's a little nicer. But when you're on the other end of it, you're like, dang, I kind of wish I just bit the bullet last year and got a home game tomorrow. And but whatever. So we're all going down there. Should be an interesting time. College Station's a pretty neat little town. Even the high school, has kind of adopted all the chants and stuff that A&M does. And
Cult behavior.
Yeah, the milkman of Texas A&M. That's all I think about when I see those little outfits they wear is the milkman just coming and dropping off the glass bottles. But it's pretty neat. Going down there last year for the varsity game, we're on the field for warm-ups and stuff, and I just kind of look up, and you can literally see the upper deck of A&M Stadium from the high school field. So it's cool. And in terms of tradition and stuff, like if I were working there, like it seems like it'd be a good place to work, college town.
Yeah,
it's kind of like if you were working at, I guess, Daniel, being so close to Clemson, right? So there's some carryover there and a lot of connectedness and all that. So that part of it's cool, but the drive is not going to be cool. But
no.
Yeah, and they're a good team too. So they're a good program. So it's going to be an interesting matchup.
So y'all, I'm guessing, aren't doing the charter thing with the younger guys. You're doing not like
No,
old yellers, right? You're not rolling in on school buses.
yeah, we
That's
are.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we're yellow
That's
dogging
gritty.
all the way down.
I
Yellow
like
dogging.
it.
Normally, in years past, if the trip was for a varsity game, if the trip was over an hour and a half, we would get charters. And there
Yeah.
was one year where I think the JV team had to go to. I mean, it was years and years ago. I think the JV team got the charter because they were playing Texarkana, which is literally one city, but half of it's like in Arkansas and half of it's in Texas. So the name of the city is Texarkana. And so all right, get this. There's Texarkana, Texas High, and there's Texarkana, Arkansas High. All right. So the
Is
school
that a
that's on,
rivalry?
I'm assuming so. It's
Has
got to
be,
be.
right? Yeah.
It's got to be. But there's two separate schools, but just because one of them's on the Arkansas side, it's Arkansas High, and then T High is kind of what they call it for the Texas side one. And they're good too. Every year they're good. So the JV's got a charter that year out there, but any other long trip with sub varsities, I've always been on a yellow dog. Speaking of right age, last college football Twitter thing that caught my eye this weekend. And of course, it's LSU. We're not too far removed from them being Clemson, but LSU made some ripples on social media, and it was really their band, not their football team. But they have a 66-year-old freshman who's in the band, Mr. Kent Broussard.
That's insane.
That's
for him, but like, what are you doing?
I'm trying to figure out the logistics of. I mean, I guess you enroll as a student. I guess at that point, if you're a full-time student, I don't know how the band works in college either. I know sports-wise, you have eligibility and all this and that, but I guess if you're a full-time student, you can be in the band. And old Kent here can play a mean saxophone or trumpet or something like that. But
he must be like shredding at the whatever he plays. I'm gonna go. It's like maybe something brass behind him. I'm gonna say like trombone.
Yeah, I think
like
he looks like he plays some solid jazz. It's Louisiana too. Like maybe he spent the first 40 years out of high school in a jazz band or something, and then decided he wanted to get a college degree, and why not join the marching band at that point? But shout out to Kent Broussard, 66-year-old freshman. Yeah, keep doing your thing, dude. Nah, but we got a solid matchup this week. Got to go on the road again. We're the road warriors this year. We only have 4 home games for the varsity. And and then depending on if you make playoffs or where you finish in the district race, you might be on the road again for playoffs. So at least 6, 7 potential road games. I guess we're going to get that anyway with the scrimmage being on the road. But we're hoping we can keep our guys locked in. Yeah. Is there any what's kind of y'all's way of on a game day making sure your guys are ready? You got any secret tricks that y'all do? Or
so when this staff was our first year at Palmetto, there was a Bluetooth speaker, like a monster speaker, in the locker room, and initially we were kind of like let them listen to music, whatever. Like even if it's a road trip, they'd bring the speaker on the bus. But it got to the point where it's like, all right, guys, y'all can't be playing this. Like, we're in public. Like, this is a public school. We're in public. Like, you can't be rolling the speaker out. F this, F that, all that stuff. Can't do it. And so, really, we renovated the locker room. And some guys really like having music to get hyped up. Some don't. Some prefer quiet. So on Fridays, it's actually nice. I wired some speakers. We already had speakers in one locker room, and we put some new ones in the varsity side. But I bought this mixer, wired it up so you can control volumes independently, whatever. And so, but the stereo is in the coach's office. So it's a coach's music, and I have a football Spotify that only plays clean music. And so we'll have, one half is music, and the other half's quiet, so you can kind of go whichever one you want. But I'm going to be honest, these kids, man, it's hard to get some of them truly locked in. And that's just who they are. Like, they're always goofing, doing something stupid. But, we try our best, especially to walk through right after school before the game Friday. It's like, all right, now it's time to shut up, listen, focus. We'll eat after this. You can kind of relax a little, but right now we gotta lock in. But no secret remedy or anything. They just kind of.
You're just holding on for dear life, hoping that they stay locked in enough. Yeah, no, I get it. We have we try to keep ours on a pretty. We've got I would say every 30-ish minutes, something new on the schedule for pregame, just so that it's not ever like an extended amount of time that we're just sitting around and waiting.
Yep.
Well, that's all you want,
goes.
right? Is you want your kids to just perform at their best, and like what their potential could be. We had a bit of a down year last year, but potential wise, we had all the potential in the world. It was just we couldn't get out of our own way, and so as we're going through this year, we see those flashes where, hey, this is what we can do. But then every now and then, the first game, we had that huge delay. It was a Thursday night. It was first game of the season, right? A million different things going on. So you can kind of chalk up some of the mistakes to that. We get into that first home game. We did a pep rally that day. We did It's the first home game. Everybody's brother, sister, mommy, daddy, grandma, whoever's there to see them. And 3 out of the 4 quarters played pretty solid. But check this out. So it started on Thursday night. Thursday night in the freshman A-team game. All right, 4th and 17. Okay, so you would think this can only happen in freshman football, but 4th and 17, we get the hard count, right? Well, of course we jump off sides. 4th and 12.
Of course.
Okay, all right. Hey, watch the ball. 4th and 12. Like they're going for it because we were up a couple scores, all that. With a few minutes left, hard count again. We jump again.
Of course.
Right after. So now it's 4th and 7. Okay, line it back up. We jumped again on a hard count. Now we got spared. The ref didn't throw his flag. The other coaches, you could hear it.
Yeah.
We were playing at a middle school site, so it's just quiet, right? So you can hear they jump. I'm sitting over here like, yeah, we did jump, like for sure. It should be 4th and 2 right now. Ref just didn't pull the flag, and we got the stop. Thankfully, took some knees, got out of there. But fast forward to Friday, got off to a great start. One of my guys, one of my outside backers, opening series gets a pick 6. Like the grease is hot. Then we had the worst second quarter of football I've seen in quite some time. And they had a 20-play drive, okay? 5 of those 20 we jumped off sides on. 5 of those 20 snaps. So a 15-play drive, right? But we spotted them 25 yards in that drive. I mean, they had to go 70 yards on the series. Usually you like your chances when somebody's got to go 70 yards. But when you spot them 25 yards in critical 3rd down, 4th down moments, I'm sitting there at halftime. We were losing at the half, and I'm just like, if we play like that the rest of the game, this ain't going to be close. Thankfully, we reverted back in the 3rd and 4th quarter. We played like we're capable of doing, and we got after them a little bit. But unbelievable, man.
Nothing drives me crazy like jumping off sides. And look, I mean, I've talked about this before. As a defensive line coach, everything we do, I have the stick ball. Everything is on the ball. Pre-game, on the ball. Everything on the ball. But it never fails. I'm screaming at the top of my lungs. I make you look at me. Like, I'm like, look at me. And I'm like, watch the ball. Watch the ball.
Yes.
3rd and 2.
It is, it's 3rd and 2.
Never fails.
Have some self-awareness.
And then they beat themselves up. And I'm like, yeah. I mean, if you were over here, imagine what I'd do. Because, like,
that's you, buddy.
We all know it's you, buddy.
Once again, just undefeated. I had to find something to make me forget about that Clemson loss. Man, Jack, we had a rough week last week. Y'all took an L. We took an L. Clemson took an L against Georgia Tech.
The only thing that made it better was South Carolina also took an L. So,
yes, they did. Yes, they did.
Could have been worse, but
I'm scrolling through college football Twitter, like I love to do when I need a good laugh. And, I feel like every venue's known for like a food item, right?
Yeah.
Maybe something that's their claim to fame. But TCU's attempt at it, this guy gets scratched, all right? TCU's got a corn dog that is purple, a purple corn dog.
You know what it reminds me of? You remember when we were kids and I guess it was Heinz made the ketchup that was green and purple?
Yeah, that's a throwback.
This is giving me Heinz
and
purple
literally
ketchup vibes.
Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like. It's that same what food dye colors make purple? That's the real question.
I don't know, but when you use the bathroom for the first time after eating this, you're going to be worried for a second because you forgot you had that.
It's like you ate Barney, dude.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess it's a corn dog. I guess it's going to taste all right, but...
Is there like a sauce drizzle on that?
Well, that's what I was wondering, if it had the purple ketchup on it. I mean, I would think that they put the food in the breading. I guess is how that worked. But then it looks like it does have some kind of a drizzle on it. I don't know, man. This is perplexing.
And it's so vague. Like it just says, let's be honest, we know you're trying one of these today. Section 109. Like that's all they
Yeah.
say with that.
Hey, there's only one reaction that kind of came to mind whenever I saw this picture, and it was from the A&M Notre Dame game. Like
Yeah.
this picture is my face when I saw that corn dog right here.
Hold on, let me get it up. Computer's not cooperating today. This is the face you're making?
Well, that's it. Like when I saw the picture on Twitter, that was my exact face right there. It's just like, what are we doing?
Man.
It's one of those
Yeah,
things
that's-
like, yes, we can do this, but should we do this?
And I'm assuming this is a Notre Dame fan because of the hat and the vest.
Well, that's the funny part about Notre Dame games is like you're gonna get somebody like super happy or super sad or
Yeah.
shocked like this guy, but they're gonna be dressed like a leprechaun, and so it just makes it funny no
that much
matter
better.
what. Yes.
And I want to see this person's face at the end of the game when they lose.
Yes.
Because that was an incredible game. That was a heck of a nightcap
That was a heck of
for
a
that
game.
weekend. But no, the leprechaun thing always makes it funny. And it goes back to even playing NCAA like 14, the mascot.
Yeah, where he's
minigame,
like
where you
doing
could-
he's doing the little spin,
Yeah.
right? The little Notre Dame guy was always doing like
Yeah.
break dancing or something like that.
That cracks me
So
up.
we had another screen grab from the Notre Dame A&M game, and this is not a leprechaun outfit.
Wrong one. Is this a Teletubby?
That's a Teletubby. That's an Irish Teletubby. Little neon green. I can't remember which Teletubby was the green one, but
And this is that's like embroidered. Like that took planning,
That's-
execution
that's custom, man.
to show up as a Teletubby.
I mean, for sure he had the Teletubby outfit, ordered
Yeah.
that separate, right? And then found the patch somehow, some way, and got that put right. But he missed the opportunity to put it on that little belly thing that the
Yeah.
Teletubbies have. That just
I
seemed
mean,
like
it's
a perfect
right there.
place to. Maybe he wanted to make sure it was visible on the TV cameras.
And his buddy, watch out for his buddy right beside him because he looks like a hothead. I'm guessing he punched a wall or something, broke his hand.
He had money on that.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice that till you pointed out. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Dude definitely shattered some glass with his
Yeah.
fist.
Yeah, he did.
And he's eating his fingernails.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
Watch
dude,
out for that guy.
He's sweating a parlay like nobody else. Where are you going to pinch
me, man?
Where are you going to pinch me? Oh, God. Can't make it up. That'd be a great T-shirt for like St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, where are you going to pinch me?
If
I
can
thought
get
this was going the Rudy route, honestly. I've been seeing clips of Rudy on TikTok, and I thought this kid was about to go in there and make the play, but it sounds like he.
So I got him in the scrimmage because we got after whoever we played in the scrimmage, and I got him in. And have you ever heard the old saying, "Send them to save them"?
Yeah.
In regards to defense. Yeah. So we sent him the 4 snaps he was out there for the scrimmage. We sent him every time. Dude, he got a TFL in the scrimmage.
Really?
So anyway, he got his 1 snap Friday night, but the quote of the night was, "Where are you going to pinch me?" And he said it like at that volume too. It wasn't no like enunciated enough to just, yeah, "Where are you going to pinch me?" The look of terror on his face. Got to figure out if that's a T-shirt though. I'm gonna get that. If I can get that in black and yellow with like a jackrabbit mascot or something, like, pinch your hands.
No, if you get that, I need one.
Yeah, that'd be solid. That'd be solid. How I saw the score.
Yep.
So I don't know. Okay, we got to get into too much.
No, we're so spread thin. This bye week is something that we really needed. To be honest with you, it's been one of those just freak years where it just seems like no matter where we go, what we do, the injury bugs just biting us. And we played a good team. I'm not taking anything away from them, but this bye week was much needed so we can kind of recover and get ready for region play because we were so thin. And we had a few more get hurt Friday night, and so it got to the point where I'm looking at the sideline. I'm like, we got more people with their pads off with like ice or something wrapped up than we do suited up, ready to go. I'm like, we got to get through this, man. But no, it's tough road so far, but just got to fix some things, get healthy, and I think the region play will be all right. But bye week was much needed. Got some R&R.
I was about to say, we talked about this last week, so we ain't got to get into it much, but y'all have like the perfectly placed bye week this season.
Yeah.
Getting that break right before region starts.
Yeah, and we had the same one last year, and it's just perfect. Couldn't ask for anything better, and hopefully we have it next year too. But I know there's some realignment stuff. It's a realignment year, and so
Yeah,
we
got
don't know
ours
what
too.
region we'll be in. So
February, I think, February or March is when they'll come out with the numbers for us. I mean, we got like 2,900 kids, something like that. So we're going to be safe. It's just, it's all about where the cutoff is to make it, say, Division One or 6A Division Two. And I've heard some things because we passed that school choice stuff out here in Texas that the enrollment number for 6A, the cutoff number, might actually be a little lower, which is kind of way contrary to what it's always been, right? Generally, population goes up, so the numbers go up, but because maybe some school choice and charter schools and all that, that number might drop a little bit, which could make things really interesting depending on what high enrollment 5As might now become 6A. And so I don't know. It's going to be real interesting about February or March.
Yeah, it's always kind of. So this will be my second cycle since I've been coaching that the realignments happen for us.
Yeah, our pep rallies usually go, you get everybody filed in. You do national anthem, cheer, and high steppers will do a performance each. And then we'll do like class games, like you have, people from represent each class. You'll have a faculty team, and then they compete a little bit. And then you do the whole spirit stick deal, and the band plays you out, sing the fight song, band plays you out, go on from there. But, I'll never forget, like years ago, we were doing a pep rally, and, the first year I was out here, it was during COVID, bunch of injuries, things were crazy. Schedule got changed mid-year, whatever. Anyway, we were not very good. We didn't win a game, right? 0-9. And the next year, it's like an instant turnaround where we're winning games. We're on pace to make playoffs and so on and so forth. So there was a lot of juice that first year. And we're doing a pep rally. And, never had the thought to prepare the football guys to, you got to control yourself during the pep rally. You've got a game to play later. These guys are so juiced up that winning record, playoffs, got a chance to go whoop up on whoever we're playing and all that. So they're doing this performance, and it's like 3 or 4 football players mixed into this group doing this routine. And one of the guys busts an ankle doing the daggone pep rally extravaganza. And he was a starter. So you're just trying to, and it's 3:30 at this point, right? And so it's like you're quickly scrambling in the few hours you have before the game to get a new lineup, figure out your backup plans. Was he on all these special teams? It was a whole mess. But
I know exactly what you're talking about because we did those. It was a class competition thing like that, and one of them was a push-up challenge. And our starting running back is getting upwards of 60 push-ups. And I'm like, all right now, man, you got to tote the rock. You got to hold on to that ball. You can't be, your arms better not be dead after this. And they're doing the spirit stick thing where they're trying to yell the loudest. And you got football players on some kid's shoulders. And you're like, all right now, so you take a tumble and you can't play tonight. Which, I mean, they're all having fun and I get it. But, part of me is sitting there like, all right now, y'all better be careful.
The worry wart inside all coaches is like worst case scenario, and just some things you didn't think you had to preface, warn kids about or educate them on. But sometimes you don't know till you know, right? So now every year, every pep rally, you tell them nothing stupid. You just clap, do all that. But oh well, let the kids have fun, I guess.
Yeah, you only live once.
And I had one player ask me if I thought sushi would be a good meal to eat for lunch on a Monday, Tuesday, a day that they had practice or whatever. At first he asked if I like seafood. I was like, yeah, sure, if I'm close. All right. He's like, what about sushi? I'm like, yeah, if it's like a Saturday night and I know I don't need to do anything physically active or whatever, like, I'll eat some sushi. He's like, oh, I ate some before practice today. I'm just like, dude, like raw fish, like bold strategy.
That's a bold move, Cotton.
So here's the icing on the cake. Do you know where you got the where you from?
Where?
The grocery store.
Don't say the grocery store?
Yeah. Grocery store sushi.
For lunch?
For lunch on a random Monday or Tuesday.
I can't do that now. I gotta avoid Japanese for lunch. Any kind of hibachi, any of it.
11 a.m. eating a raw fish roll,
About to go get in the. It's still 90 something degrees here. It's supposed to be fall. Like it don't feel like fall in Texas, dude. It's still 90 degrees, and he's about to get out in the sun.
He'll regret that quick. He's gonna regret
that. Speaking of regrets, I had another player. He slept in, or he was. I don't know. Something we were having a conversation about being late or whatever, and I don't know if it was the class or if they had meetings that morning or something like that, but. He said he was up too late watching TV, Netflix or something like that. I don't know. And I was like, well, dude, that's a pretty easy solution. Like, just turn it off and go to sleep. And he's like, these shows these days are really good. I'm like, first of all, these days, like, buddy, you've only lived in these days. Like, these kids are so young. But he said, yeah, they're an hour long a piece. I just keep watching them. I'm like, what is this show that you're staying up till 3, 4 in the morning, then trying to turn around and get up here for 6:30, 7 o'clock meetings or whatever? And what's up, bud? I like your pajamas, buddy.
We got a special guest.
Yeah, watch your step, bud. Oh, what's up, buddy?
What's up, Bennett?
Hey, Jack says what's up.
Hi, Jack.
Man? How are you?
Do you like my pajamas?
Those are sweet, man. Are they pickles? What is that?
He asked if they're pickles. What's on your pajamas?
Yeah, that's nice. Man.
Hey, you see? Can you read Jack's hat? He's got pickles on his hat.
Pickles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's got pickles on his hat. One of our buddies told us he has a pickle company, so I'm gonna have lots of pickle juice.
That's why you get those pickle juice.
That's right. I'm gonna have a lot of pickle juice.
Well, my dad has a company about pickles, and he gets these like big containers of pickle juice.
That's not my company. That's the grocery store's company. All right, bud. I gotta turn you loose, okay? I'll be in there in a little bit. All right. All right. Love you, bud. Close the door, please. Nice. That's right, and you'll be safe. Hey, I'll be in it.
Drop and roll.
That's smart. That's what you're supposed to do.
Without covering their eyes.
Smart. I love you, bud. I'll see you in a little bit, okay? Can you close the door for me? He said yes, but then didn't close the door. Wes, can you close the door for me, bud? Yes, we are. We are, bud. Yeah. I'll see you in a little bit, okay? Love you, bud. All the way, buddy. Alice drill. I didn't want to say. And the girl fell out the window and broke her leg.
I'll never forget that. I gotta tell that. That's just gold. All right.
Oh, we can keep it all in. Shoot. I'm sure the folks don't mind, but.
We're doing, if you don't know what an Alice drill is an intruder readiness scenario that schools do, right? So this was, I guess, 11 years ago now, probably closer to 12. We were in math class is what it was. And they had told us beforehand, like, whatever you do, don't open the door for anybody. When this happens, you barricade or you get out, yada, yada, whatever, all the rules they gave us. So the intruder drill starts. Our classroom had windows on the backside that opened to a parking lot, to a field. So, like, we got to the point where we were safe to evacuate. And so we opened the window. And I was the dedicated person to be one of the last ones out, right? So I'm helping people get out. Me, and I think the teacher's like the absolute last one, but I was helping it before that. This girl. All right, so the window from the class side, like when you're leaving the classroom, is maybe, I don't know, 4 feet off the ground, 3.5 feet off the ground. So it's like doable, no problem. But on the flip side to the sidewalk outside, we're talking 5 feet drop, right? This girl.
If it might be 6 foot, dude. I remember that.
It might
be 6 foot.
Oh, she climbs over. I mean, I'm there helping. Well, she gets one leg out. And that second leg goes, that toe catches the windowsill. And it's just forward face concrete, boom. And so I'm sitting here like, I'm in the mindset of, we're in intruder drill. I'm locked in. I'm ready to go. So I'm like, all right, next person up. She's like crying on the asphalt outside, and kids are trying to help her. Well, our teacher escorts the girl. It's like, oh, she's like bleeding. She's like busted her nose or face or something. She needs to go to the nurse. Intruder drill still going on. So the teacher walks her in the main doors to the nurse's office and is like knocking on the nurse's door. And the fake intruder they had, the police department that were walking around, walks around the corner and is just like, gotcha, you're not supposed to be in the hall. You need to be out there. He just starts yelling at the girl, makes the teacher cry. And then the nurse opens the door like, what do y'all think y'all are doing? Like, and this girl's bleeding, crying, and it's a mess. Anyway, I don't know if the teacher got in trouble, but like, I don't know what I would do either if a kid started just bleeding in the middle of an intruder drill. You know, you understand the importance, but it's a drill. You're like, this girl's bleeding from the face. Like, she needs the nurse. But I'll never forget that.
Yeah.
That poor
Can we
girl.
just get for a TV show? Okay. HBO Max, Netflix, whoever might be maybe one day listening, when we get big enough, hopefully. You take about $20 million, okay, and you tell Nick Saban or Urban Meyer or just some kind of legend, say, hey, one season, $20 million, we get to video everything. You've got to coach B team football.
Man.
Freshman B team, middle school, whatever. Like it's got to be some kind of like just lower tier young bucks, like, and we get to just hard knocks it and film everything. Like, what are your thoughts on that?
That would be incredible, and probably number one on Netflix immediately. I mean,
That's what I said.
What'll probably happen though is when you see clips of like Bill Belichick when he's in the NFL, like just laying into dudes, being a jerk, just being Bill Belichick. And then I saw clips of him at North Carolina. He's like this positive, like being nice with dudes at practice. Probably not anymore after the season started how theirs has, but I bet it would be like that. They'd be like, you know, coaching them up like it's a youth camp. They wouldn't be laying into them. Or the top tier content would be them laying into those kids.
Yes, like get some waivers signed. Like let the kids' parents sign waivers. Like, look, your kid's going to get coached by Nick Saban. Is Nick Saban maybe going to get after him? Like, maybe he can refrain from the cussing and things like that. But like, is he going to jump down his throat if he can't remember to play cover two or whatever the situation might be, or getting a 3 technique? Or I can just, oh my gosh, I just feel like it would be pure comedy and just, I don't know, who knows? And we could actually see, like, is there a difference? Like, maybe they could have some way to.
I was just watching. You probably heard what I was watching, but
is that the cut?
Run the route again. It's cut. Throws the hat.
You got the flat.
I'm just picturing
that's an all-time clip. I was yelling because we have one of our coverage checks is cut, and we'll do it out of different looks. But we were doing a scout team look, I think, and we were trying to give a nickel look and run cut. So in one sentence, I'm yelling, yeah, nickel, 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 which is another Saban clip that's famous out there, where he's dog cussing this guy because he can't get lined up in a 4-2-5 look. And then the cut. I was yelling, cut, 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 giving the sign for cut, and then dogging a guy for not getting to the flats or whatever. I don't know. We were talking about that before the game, and I was like, dude, that would be top 10 show on Netflix. It'd be like Last Chance U, but like with the innocent, meets Friday Night Tykes. Did you ever watch Friday Night Tykes?
Yeah.
Yes. Meets Hard Knocks. Like, I don't know, something in that kind of realm. But
I got Nick Saban Rage compilation pulled up right now. I mean, it is incredible.
Bookmark that one for later. Man, so we get out there, long story short, we win the game despite some craziness, missed calls and random calls from the officials and things like that. But during the game, our offense runs a end around or reverse at one point, and in the tackle, the defender yanks the mouthpiece off our guy's face mask, like while he was making the tackle. And then you can see on the clip that he's got the mouthpiece in his hand. All right. Well, he later on in like the next clip or two, he's now wearing the mouthpiece and it's dangling. So I guess it's kind of like he collected his bodies or whatever, right?
Yeah,
he's wearing it as a
towel,
trophy.
Kind of
yeah. Fast forward a little bit, maybe one quarter later, Jack, he's using the mouthpiece in the. He's using the mouthpiece from our kid in the game because it's one of these like random colored mouthpieces. Like there's no mistaking. Like, hey, this thing was neon green. It was on our guy's face mask. Now it's in your mouth a quarter later. That's gotta be yes.
Is it one of those like what do they call
like a pacifier kind of
next trend? That's like the new
maybe. I don't know the brand, but I know it's one of those big ones where you can tell because they all want them to dangle, right? They wear 2-3 mouthpieces that just 2 of them are there for decoration.
They won't let them do that in South Carolina.
Really? Very interesting.
Thankfully, we got a few that will probably try it.
Yeah, I don't know. We try to squash it, but then sometimes like you don't know because some guys have a cutoff one that they wear,
Mm,
and so in between and stuff like you don't know if he's going to put this mouthpiece in because you can't tell if he's got a cordless one or whatever. But anyway, but yeah, guy
That
wound up swapping
speaking of,
spit.
that's disgusting, man. That's just. Did I tell you about this? Was I guess a couple Thursdays ago about the kid who came up to me pregame asking about him, like couldn't find his mouthpiece or whatever.
No, I haven't heard this.
All right, so we're playing. It was at Powdersville on Thursday night, which Powdersville's not too far, and I have the equipment kit with all the hardware, speed tools, everything you need in case something happens. Keep a couple backup helmets, mouthpieces, chin straps. We're just ready for whatever. Well, this kid comes up to me during pregame warm-ups. It's like, Coach, do you have a mouthpiece? And I usually do. Like, I stock that thing every week to make sure it's good. Check it every week. Well, apparently, so our equipment room door, the equipment room is attached to the JV locker room. Like, there's a hallway that the equipment room's on, but it exits. It's the exit for the JV locker room. Okay. Well, since they renovated something with that door, it sticks. So like every time I leave it, I make sure it's shut, so kids aren't going in there grabbing.
Right,
Lord knows
yeah,
what.
because that'll turn into a free for all.
Yes. Whoever, I'm not pointing fingers, but whoever went out of there last did not do that. So it was cracked. Well, I go, we get done with our walkthrough and we got to leave. Game's at 6. Walkthrough ended at like 5:15. We got to like dart. Me, Coach Norton, and Coach Rowland were driving. The bus had already left. So I throw the kid up there. We're gone. I don't think about it. Well, I get there. I look in the kit. No mouthpieces. Like a chin strap's missing. The speed tool's missing. Luckily, I keep a backup because I'm paranoid in the other case. Anyway, somebody had been rummaging. So I don't have a mouthpiece. Not a one. And the kid has the audacity to look at me and goes, "How do you not have a mouthpiece?" I looked at him. I said, "Son, how do you not have a mouthpiece? I'm not the one out here playing football. I don't know who you think you're talking to right now. If it's up to me, you'll stand right here beside me the whole game." Anyway, luckily we got a good relationship with some of the coaches on the other sideline. They hooked us up with one. He got to play the second half. But, I mean, this kid.
The audacity. How do you not have a mouthpiece?
Like, I'm sorry, you're asking that question? Anyway, he really kind of irked me with that. But then as like a funny little, I told the guy that gave me one of their mouthpieces, like, I'll get you back tomorrow night. I'll get you one. Anyway, so post-game, handshake, I pull one out of my pocket like, "Hey, I think I owed you one," right? So I gave him that, yada, yada, whatever. We're all good. But, I mean, we do that check on Thursday night as you're getting on the bus. Knee pads, girdle, shoes, cleats, helmet, mouthpiece, everything. Like, make sure you have everything because this bus ain't turning around. If you ain't got it, you don't have it.
So after the varsity game last night, and we won, and it's a whole other story. Maybe we get into it here in the last half of the show. But we're on the drive back, and we've got an equipment trailer. So we rent out one of the work trucks from the school district. Our booster club owns this equipment trailer. We hitch it up, and we drive it out to the game. Got all the travel bags, all the athletic training equipment, all the camera equipment, there is everything is in this trailer. All right. Get it out there. Life's good. Go through the game, all the things. We'll get into that in a little bit. We're on the way back. And we are probably 40 minutes from the school, 30, 40 minutes from school on Interstate 20. And we get a call from the boss man that, "Hey, we need you to go ahead and cut the lights on the bus, get all the players' attention, ask them if there's anything in those travel bags that they cannot live without, like car keys, cell phone, like if there's anything that important." And so we're like, okay. And so stand up, we ask the kids, everybody's good. So get back, we're like, everybody said they're good. Okay. Because the equipment trailer is not going to make the trip home tonight. It's not going to finish the trip. So fast forward, in our minds, all we heard was that there was some problems. It's getting left, and we're going to try to get it rescued in the morning. So we're sitting there like, there's like 30 grand worth of equipment, if not more, on this trailer that is now we didn't know any of the details. So we're like, it's sitting on the side of Interstate 20, like for anybody to come, like, what is going on? And so we get back, we get the full story, and it wasn't that scenario. We were overthinking it a little bit in some ways. So the electrical hookup on this trailer, there's some type of, if the trailer were to fully come unhitched from the truck, it's got some kind of e-brake where when this cord is ripped, it engages this e-brake so that the trailer don't just keep going down the road if it gets fully unhitched from the. Well, there was some kind of short or something like that in the wiring, and it kept reading that it was disengaged. So the truck is going 65, 70 miles an hour down Interstate 20 with the e-brake on the trailer trying to engage. The friction created dang near engulfed the whole trailer in flames. Yeah, they said there's smoke billowing. Like, they get it pulled off to the side. Like, they can see red where it's just heat. Like, it looks like it's burning tires and all. And so they get it all cooled down. They make sure, like, there's no internal fires. Like, just if they need to call a fire truck, you know what I mean? Like, all those things. We got like 5 guys there in the equipment truck driving back. It's, 12:30. We're on our way back from a late game and all that. And long story short, they were able to get it somewhere safe off the interstate in a secured parking lot. So there were some precautions taken. Dang near had the equipment trailer engulfed in flames.
It's a lot of money in that thing too.
A lot of money, dude. Just in camera equipment.
Yeah.
A ridiculous amount of money. And then you add on all the helmets, all the shoulder pads, all the medical training equipment. I mean, we carry full training tables and Gatorade coolers, like you name it. Like, everything that we need to operate is in that trailer for a Friday night. And it was, you go another mile or two down the road with all that friction building up, who knows what could have happened.
I wonder what the first person to notice was. Like, dude just look out the side view like.
Well, the guy driving said he sees these sensors going off. So he's like, something's not right. Like, so this, you look in the side view and all you see is smoke billowing from the side of the equipment trailer.
I need to pull over, guys.
Yeah, we got to get out of Dodge on this one. But we came back in this morning to do our film and lift and stuff with the kids and get the stats. And we sent a rescue crew out there. We were able to get it back to the school. We got it all. Don't know what the status is. Thankfully, our regular season finale is a home game. And knock on wood, we take care of business. Our first round playoff game will be at home too. So maybe we won't need the equipment trailer for a while. Got to take care of our business first. But yeah, we might be an old Penske or U-Haul for the next road trip we have to take, but we'll see.
You locked in now with the fourth and wall. Fourth and wall. Adam, Jay, Texas, Carolina, we out.